Hello, triathletes and swimmers. You can see I already got my swim tubing here, already attached. I'm going to take you through a workout today that will take a little over 15 minutes long, 15 to 20. I will put the description of the workout in the description. But what we're going to be doing here is we're going to do kind of two different groups of workouts. The first part is going to be 9 rounds of 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. And in those 9 rounds, the first 3, we're going to focus on phase 1, which is the high elbow catch phase. The next group of 3, we will focus on phase 2, or the diagonal. And in the last group of 3, we will focus on the finish. After that, we'll take a little break, and then we'll go into full pulls. We'll do 45 seconds of those, 10 rounds, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and we'll alternate between doing the fly and then free. So again, that's our workout. Make sure you are warmed up before you do this. Do some arm circles, arm swings, all of that. Get nice and warm. I already did. So let's start with, I got my timer if you see me looking down here. I'm looking at my phone. So again, we're going to focus this first group, first 3, we're going to focus on the high elbow catch. So we're going to do 30 seconds of really sculling with this, and we'll get going. Remember, when you have the bands, to sit back so you're not putting tons of pressure on your low back. And make sure you're looking up, so that way you're not arching this way or rounding your spine. You got a nice straight spine. So without further ado, here we go. 30 seconds on. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Notice my elbows are up. I'm going to point my fingertips down, and it's just a slight palm in, palm out. Fairly easy. But this is to get us into that high elbow. So that feel of trying to get the hands directly below the elbows. Again, that vertical forearm. Keep those elbows up. 2, 1, and 15-second rest, where you can just kind of stretch your back out. Maybe do a little movement here. And we're going to do that same thing again 2 more times. 3, 2, 1. Get those elbows up high, close to the face. And again, we're just working on getting that high elbow. Vertical forearm. So it helps for me to see the camera too, because I can see when this elbow starts to drop, I need to get them back up. So kind of a rule of thumb when you're doing this, don't see your face. If I can see my face, my elbow's low, so I need to get it up higher and recover. So let that be a little trick for you when you're doing these. Try to hide your face. All right, we're going to do this just one more time. In 3, 2, 1, hide the face. And here we go. This isn't too exhausting, but again, getting that feel of where we need to be. And if you don't have the bands for the bicep portion, that's fine. You can do this with just the hand. 2, 1, and recover. So next group of 3, we're going to focus on phase 2, or the diagonal phase. So this is where, so we already have this high elbow, so we're going to start right here. And we're just going to come in to our hips, starting right now. So 30 seconds into the hips and back. Try to move, the whole arm is one unit. So high elbow, everything moves to the hips. High elbow, move to the hips. I'm going to try to do this facing you a little bit more. No, that's not going to work. High elbow, move to the hips. And I'm actually touching my hips here, right there. And I'm going to rest for a little bit. Maybe I can show you during the recovery. the hand is coming, you can see the diagonal right here. So I'm touching my hip right there. Got this 2 more times. High elbow, right to the hip and back. High elbow, right to the hip. High elbow, right to the hip. So the fingers, the fingertips are kind of facing each other on this. So I'm just tapping the hip, moving everything as one unit. I've got 5 more seconds. And rest for 15. I'm going to do that 1 more time. This starts to feel like really hard for you, stand closer. If it feels too easy, step back. So the joy of bands. Okay, here we go. So get that high elbow, flat back, to the hip. Elbow and hands are on the same plane this whole time. Halfway. So this is the part where we really have that water on our forearms. We're starting to push it back. Recover. We're going to now, last 3, we're going to work on phase 3, the finish. So this is, you're going to feel the burn in your tricep. We're going to press the water behind us. So finish only. Again, we're going to go slow. Now I got my elbows locked in, and I'm just going to push the water back. Push. I'm pushing it back. We're halfway through this right here. Again, keep the elbows, the upper arm close to your body. And recover, 15 seconds. So I think this is actually the easiest to do, but I see people messing up on that a lot because their arm comes away from the body. You want to keep those triceps locked in. We're going again, just like how you do when you do tricep extensions in the gym. I'm not doing these for speed yet. Just working on finishing. Pushing that water past us as our body comes forward. So every time you're doing swim bands or tubing, think about when you are in the water, what you want to feel recover, what you want to feel when you're actually in a pool or in a lake doing open water. All right, our last one, coming up in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Press it back. Elbows into the waist. Again, having a camera, it helps. Do a double check on the form. You can do this in front of a full-length mirror. 2 and 1. All right. So that one's all set. So we went through the 3 phases. Now we're going to put it all together. So this is where it's going to get tiring. So we're going to do 10 rounds, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're going to alternate between doing a full or a fly and the free. We're going to start out really slow and hitting each of those 3 phases, the high elbow catch, the diagonal, and the finish. So 10 rounds, 45 seconds. Here we go. So starting out, arms high, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I'm stepping a little bit closer. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and up. Phase 1, high elbow, diagonal, and finish. Up. High elbow, diagonal, finish, and up. High elbow, diagonal, finish, and up. 15 more seconds. Diagonal, finish, and up. High elbow. Notice we're going nice and slow. We're hitting each of these phases individually. Last one, finish and recover. 1 down, 9 to go. So we're going to keep the next 2 of these at that same pace. So pretty slow, but really focused on technique. Here we go. High elbow, diagonal, finish, and up. High elbow, diagonal, push, lead with the chest, and up. High elbow, diagonal, finish, and up. High elbow, diagonal, finish, up. Notice I'm kind of lifting the chest on that finish. I want you to really think about swimming, driving your body through that water. Diagonal, finish. Last one, high elbow, diagonal, finish, and rest. Same thing, we got number 3 coming up here. And here we go, in 4, 3. Flat back, stick the butt out, high elbow, diagonal, finish. Phase 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hide the face, hips, push back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We got time for one more. 1, 2, 3. And recover. Oh my goodness, I said that we were going to switch into alternating. We will do that actually for the next 3. So the next 3, we're going to alternate arms. We're going to take this same speed, but alternating. So right, hip, push, up, left, hip, push, up, right, hip, push, up. Phase 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3. 2, drive. 1, 2, drive. And drive it. Drive. Almost there. And drive and recover. So, same thing on these next 2. Alternating arms. Same tempo. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Right arm first, but it doesn't matter which one you do first. Focusing on technique, muscle activation. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. High elbow, diagonal, push. High elbow, diagonal, push. Think about scooping that water, bringing it to the hip, push it. Scooping the water to the hip, push. Scoop the water to the hip, push. Last one, and push. Okay, we got that exact same thing. One more time, this is going to bring us into round number 6. Try to keep talking as you're doing this. End up getting a little bit more winded. Okay, here we go. High elbow, diagonal, push. As you get tired, you're going to find that high elbow is hard to keep high. Remember, oh, I messed that one up. When you do it in high elbow, it's not towards the ceiling. It has to do with it being above your head, so closer to the wall. since we're horizontal. Last one. 1, 2, 3. We got one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we have 4 left. So on these last 4, now we're going to alternate between a full or a fly, and a free. But we're going to bring that tempo up. So here we're at free, and we're going to go a bit quicker. Grabbing, pushing. So it's nothing super fast, but it's powerful. Do not lose that diagonal here. When people start to pick it up, that's the first thing I see go, is that phase 2. You go right from phase 1 to phase 3. No. 3, 2, whoo. Okay, yeah, I'm getting tired. Okay, next one, same thing, same tempo, except we are gonna alternate arms this time. So like a freestyle stroke. Here we go. High elbow, push, high elbow. As soon as that hand comes up, go right into the stroke of the next hand. Hug the water, push it away. Hug the water, push it away. Make sure you have that vertical forearm, high elbow catch. You got 10 seconds. Grabbing that water, push it away. Grab that water, push it away. And recover. We got 2 more. 1 more of each. We may try to speed it up just a little bit, just for fun. Or keep it at the same tempo. Technique first. Technique over speed. Here we go. Again, get that power at the end. That's how you can get your legs into it. Driving through the chest. Notice I'm not rounding my back, trying to keep a long spine. That helps with looking up. 10 seconds. Oh, it's burning. And 1. Okay. 1 more. One more. This one we're going to alternating arms. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Technique over speed. Your arms are not going to cut through that water fast anyway. Well, I guess they can when you're swimming. But notice I said cut through the water. We don't want to cut. We want to grab that water. Our hands and our arms act as an anchor to pull our body over top. Get that vertical forearm. Got 5 seconds. 1 more each side. Okay, I'm pooped. So that's it. That is your workout. So you can tack on some more if you want, getting your lower body, other moves with that. But that's a separate workout. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Go ahead and ask. Shoot me a message, any of that. But all right, I'm going to go catch my breath and get warmed down. Have a great one.